What's up, gang? Welcome back to DizDad TV, and today we have another reaction video. We're checking out the Disney Plus and Star Wars series Andor. This is episode 10. If you want to check out my reactions for earlier episodes in this series, other Star Wars and Marvel shows, theme park, and Imagineering content, you can find it all on the homepage of the channel. Links in the description below as well. Appreciate you checking that out, liking, subscribing, hanging out with me. But who is ready for a Prison Break episode? Raise your hand. I think we're all ready for it. It's seemingly going to happen today. This episode is called One Way Out, so I don't think they can put it off any longer. I think our guys are finally getting out on Narkina 5. It couldn't happen soon enough. Really curious to see how this plays out, how the heck they get out of this place, and if they do get out, where in the heck they're going to go, stuck here out in the middle of this body of ocean or huge body of water, whatever that is. But really interested to see this play out on screen. And I'll be curious too, is that going to be the entirety of our episode? You think back to episode 6 and the Aldani mission, and that was the focus of the entire episode. They stuck with the mission throughout, save for probably a minute or two there at the very tail end. So if the prison break happens today, and let it happen today, will that be the entire episode, or will they cut away to other characters? We've got a lot to figure out, just a couple episodes left, or at least a lot to build up for episode, or season 2, I should say. Andor and Kino, Andy Serkis's character, obviously stuck in this prison, hopefully getting out today. What kind of condition is Bixen after her interrogation? Mon Mothma is having money problems, funding her charities, as she calls them. Luthen's got a very cool code name the ISB's given him. They're trying to track him down, figure out who he is, where he is, what he's been up to. Their ex-Premier security officer is out stalking ISB supervisors. Still got Andor in the brain. And speaking of that ISB supervisor, Supervisor Miro, she's making herself very important there at the ISB as she tries to put all the pieces of the rebellion together and figure it all out. But really excited to see this all play out today and looking forward to it. So all that being said, let's go ahead and check out episode 10. All right, so this is literally, seconds after episode 9? Right after the old man passed away, which I hated to see that.
Anyway, it has to be tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, because they'll bring a new prisoner in, won't they? With the old man passing away. I remember they were monitoring the platform whenever they brought somebody new in. They were monitoring the guard situation at that time.
5,000 men are about to find out they're never leaving here alive. Don't you think that worries them upstairs? Whatever we're making,
I would say it probably should if it doesn't.
Every day we wait, they get stronger.
It might be wise to have a plan.
It might.
The plan works around a new man coming down.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd rather die trying to take them down than die giving them what they want.
Wow. He hasn't formally joined the rebellion, but if you needed any kind of statement about where he's at mentally right now, that was about as rebellion-like a statement as you're going to get right there. That was a good scene between the two of them. Really good scene.
Chief, floor.
Oh, gosh. How many times is he going to cut that so close? Like, was it the first day he got in there and he waited till the very last second? How does he keep doing that?
No one is getting out!
It got quiet fast, didn't it? Real fast.
So let's get our heads back in our cells and start figuring this out.
Let's get to planning, boys. Let's figure it out.
To have frozen following hydraulic failure on hyperspace re-entry.
Huh? Her plan worked.
We should do what we normally do. Unidentified ship, dead pilot. We'd want to take a look, wouldn't we?
That makes sense.
That is exactly what we will do.
She didn't like that, did she? He's horning in her action, man. She did not like that whatsoever. Morning shift is here. I doubt he slept a wink, did he?
They'll hear about it one way or another soon enough. Let's make it look good.
It's a heck of a motivational speech, wasn't it?
All Skybridge transfers will be on program and silent until further notice.
Oh, you hear that new program announcement? They can't even say a single word now. Really trying to cut down these guys even speaking to each other.
But we caught her hiding them now, and when I asked her what she thought...
What's Marva up to? What is she doing? He doesn't look suspicious at all, does he?
Has it changed much?
I can't tell. Didn't pay enough attention.
Gosh.
I know it's tasteless and cliche, but one of the indulgences of great wealth is freedom from other people's opinions.
I can tell this guy's going to be a piece of work.
I've met your husband several times.
I'm sure.
I wonder what about.
Take it that's not a corner we're turning in this conversation.
It is not.
She does not want to talk about her husband, does she?
We've discussed all this, Dabba.
I'd like to hear her say it.
Wow. He wants to stick it to her, doesn't he?
We're exploring alternative financing arrangements for our foundation.
I love how she phrases that. Alternative financing arrangements.
I insist.
And I refuse.
Please take no offense. I'd prefer not to owe any favors.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit.
A drop of discomfort may be the price of doing business.
This guy is slimy, isn't he?
I have a 14-year-old son. I'd like to bring him with me.
Oh, he wants to marry her daughter off to his son. Because she was, what, 15 when she got married? And then Chandelian traditions, they get married super young. And that's what he's... She's not going to like that, is she?
Senator, neither of us have lived a life that encourages nonconformity.
She wants to explode, man.
It's a lot to think about.
I'm not thinking about it.
That's the first untrue thing you've said.
Gosh. Oh, she's shaking. Look at her. Wow.
He wants a meeting, face to face.
There goes the day.
Wonder who wants a meeting. Who's the next character we're gonna meet?
Keep it moving!
That was slick, wasn't it? Alright, so what is he cutting here? I guess he's got to cut pretty fast, though, because things are about to happen.
Feet down.
And this poor guy, he's shaken enough as it is, and he doesn't know what he's getting himself into right now. Bad timing on his part.
If I have to use this, you remember it, yes? Yes?
That line sounds familiar.
Looks good.
Looks good for now. You're about to have a surprise in a second, though. Or are they all gathering weapons or whatever they can? Oh, it's the water line. Oh, is he trying to flood the floor somehow? Will that short out the floor? I mean, will there be enough water to short out the floor? It's a lot of water. That's a lot of water. I guess they can't see that he's soaking wet, can they? Is this the calm before the storm here? Oh, how tense is this right now? Good gosh, look at all that water.
I said nothing. I mean, if you want to say something, you should say it now. You start.
The good old distraction to keep the guards occupied. Here we go. Let's get ready. God, this poor guy, he just came in here and getting shocked already. Oh, look at him taking part. Gosh, he gets shot for his trouble. Oh, nice toss. Oh, man, this poor guy got taken out already. Yeah, get on the tables, guys, fast. How did it work? The water shorted out the floor. Oh, look at that face. Attack!
Repeat, we have a situation.
Yeah, you do have a situation, bud. Oh, nice shot. One for good measure. Alright, first step complete. They got out of the room. Now what? I'm assuming this is level 4. They've got an arsenal now. They're in business. Oh, nice action shot there.
One way out! Come on, fight!
These guys are like, what's going on? Well, that's all they needed. Then they see the ramp coming down. Oh my gosh. How many stair levels is that? I love that they're going to help each room out. Oh, nice shooting.
5-5, 5-3, 5-6. Burn a firewall around it. Fry the whole level.
Oh wow, they're gonna fry the whole level?
That could mean so many things.
I suggest you turn it off.
I know.
Yes.
No!
Look at that grid behind them. You can see all the prisoners converging. These guys are like, what the heck's going on?
On program! Now!
Now he's giving the old program orders. Nice.
You do this every day. Tell them what to do.
Just tell him, man. Just tell him.
Is that the best you got?
He's trying to motivate him, isn't he?
Wherever you are,
That's some faith right there, isn't it?
we will never have a better chance than this. And I would rather die trying
He's getting into this now, isn't he?
than giving them.
You can hear the music building behind him.
And that ends today.
Wow, this is good.
Way out. And you keep them moving until we put this place behind us.
Oh man, one way out. I tell you, I've got chills from that. That was a great speech with the whole montage of the prisoners. But again, Andy Serkis, these last couple episodes, just absolutely great. And again, that speech, I don't run over these guys, but that speech was just absolutely fantastic. Look at these guys. They want no part of this. Oh crap, now what? Is this gonna jump? Well, he can't swim, can he?
Can't swim!
You gotta be kidding me. Oh. He's gotta get out. They cannot leave him behind. They cannot leave him behind. Oh, look at that shot. Where are these guys gonna swim to, though? What is this guy up to? It's not a very reassuring elevator, is it?
If this is a trap, press the buttons for 215.
Oh, is that Luthen? Is this guy a double agent?
It's been a year since we've had a chance to catch up. You've become a father.
Oh, this is the guy that they were talking about there in the shop that had left a mark for them to find, and it had been a year since he's met with him.
Is this good?
Because she's wasting time.
How is she wasting time as she's tracking all this down?
Nothing. We were invited but declined. They got lucky. We don't build on luck.
It's interesting. He does not want to take credit for Aldani, does he?
You're worth more than that.
You have to warn them.
Wow. He's just willing to sacrifice those men to save this guy there at the ISB, isn't he? How's this for a set?
I've been working my way through there for 6 years.
Wow.
Working my way
Been
up.
doing that for 6 years.
Gather a big basket of goodies for me as a farewell gift?
My health. My wife's family has an import business.
Even as you say the words.
I don't think that's going to fly too well with the ISB, is it?
From information that we're provided. Information that cost me dearly.
So he's been sacrificing rebel assets before this.
And what do you sacrifice?
It's a heck of a question.
Kindness, kinship, love. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my...
It's all depressing, isn't it?
I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy. I burn my decency for someone else's future. To make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. Now the ego that's...
Stellan Skarsgård is saying, I see your monologue, Andy Serkis, and I'll see you on.
What do I sacrifice? Everything!
Wow. Did you hear that echo? He's done with him. Man, that was some speech. We've had several insane speeches and monologues in this episode. Alright, so he made it ashore. Or at least two of them did. Now, is this snow? Oh no, it's sand, isn't it? Now what, right? Now what? We just keep running. Where we're going, nobody knows. They have no idea what planet they're on, what lies ahead. And that's the episode. Wow, what a fantastic episode. I feel like I say that every episode. But that was good. Was it best episode of the season, maybe? I don't know. Episode 6 was really good. They're the Aldani episode. And this one, I might have to give it to this one. Maybe I'll have to do an episode ranking once these are done and rank the 12 episodes. That might be difficult, but this was far and away one of the best, if not the best, one or two episodes of the season. It was so good. And it's crazy because you would think with a prison break, especially breaking out of a prison like that you'd have all this crazy action, which there was some action here, but it was very understated, if that makes sense. And I guess it shouldn't be a surprise just because while you had this massive, huge prison, there wasn't a lot of guards there. So you were never going to have big, huge firefights, and obviously no ships and vehicles and what have you. So it makes some sense that you weren't going to have this crazy explosion-fueled escape. But nonetheless, it was really well done and thrilling and exciting. Just the kind of the way they built it up. And, it started off kind of down here and then just gradually, really almost kind of as they went floor to floor, it just kind of built up as different things were happening. And there was some action there, some nice shootouts in minor parts here and there. But really, Andy Serkis and his speech there in the control room really just kind of brought it home. And I would say that was the defining moment of the episode, but there were several, which is crazy to think that his might not be the only one, but his speech was fantastic. And again, he's been great since he's been in the series. And it was amazing to watch him. Again, the dialogue, the speech they gave him was great, but he pulled it off. And just kind of watching him work through that. He started off really slow. Andor gave him some encouragement. Hey, you gotta do better here, man. Get these guys out of here. And you just kind of watch him as he gets further into what he's saying, and you see the emotion welling up in him. And I guess you think about it from his standpoint. This is a guy, in the last 24 hours, I guess. Previously, he's leading this room, this floor, and working towards his 200 plus shifts to get out of here. Working to go home. And in the last 24 hours, he's gone from that to the realization that he's not getting out and he's probably going to die here. And then now, as they're trying to escape, he's leading these guys out of here. And just kind of watch, again, it was just so well done. And the speech was great, but he just really brought everything to it. And you just kind of see it in his face and you hear it in his voice. And again, the music that was building up behind him, it was just fantastic. I hope he made it out. We saw him mouth that he couldn't swim there when they were jumping off that ledge there. I hope they didn't kill him off, and we'll see him either later. There's only 2 more episodes to go. maybe it's later this season or next season. I hope we see that character again. He's too good an actor. I hope they didn't kill him off just yet. And I guess it's interesting too because he did say his name over the speaker. So I assume the guards that were still there that were kind of cowering in the corner, they heard that name. So he's going to be numero uno on the hit list for the Empire if they're looking for these guys, the guy that led them out. So he might be in some trouble if he is still alive and they find out where he's at. But again, it's crazy. You would think that would be like the moments of the episode, but there was just so many great performances. I mean, and it was really kind of an understated scene, but the scene there in Coruscant, Mon Mothma, Genevieve O'Reilly, and I cannot remember the banker's name for the life of me, but the scene between the two of them, she's, again, fantastic performance, and she sat there so stoic, delivered her lines, and you see her shaking it especially towards the end when he's kind of hinting, well, not really hinting so much, but he's wanting to bring his 14-year-old son there and really, in essence, marry him off to her daughter. But just kind of watching, again, you see the emotions building up with her too, kind of the realization she doesn't want to owe this guy anything. And just as they work through that conversation, it was another fantastic job on her part. And then if that wasn't enough, Stellan Skarsgård kind of bringing it home, the very last scene of the episode. Again, great setting there, down that elevator, came out of the elevator and I don't know where, underbelly of Coruscant, wherever they were at. And this whole speech on sacrifice, we hear from this ISB plant that have been doing this for 6 years. And Stellan Skarsgård, when he starts getting into, the guy asks him, what have you sacrificed? And he goes through this litany of things. And in essence, he's kind of given up the good parts of humanity and himself. He's given up happiness, and it talked about 15 years of this, and it was so good. Again, writing, acting, casting of this series has just been off the charts, and this episode was no less than that. It was so well done. I can't say enough good things about this episode in its entirety. It was just fantastic. And again, we may have to rank, once this is all said and done, maybe we'll rank these 12 episodes. It might be kind of a tough task because they've all been good. There's been several standouts, but it might be kind of a fun exercise just to kind of rank these 1 through 12. Maybe we'll do that after the season's over. I kind of see that might be kind of hard, but again, so good. And even, it was a short scene, but there at the very beginning, Andor, him and Kino there when they're getting out, they're getting ready to go back to their cell and kind of talking about, hey, we have to do this tomorrow. And very short, good scene again between the two of them. And you kind of hear, the mindset of Andor. Again, he's not formally joined the rebellion. So I'm really curious where we pick up with him in episode 11. Does he head back to Ferrix? Does he go looking for Luthen in some fashion? Does he have any idea where he's at? But you start to hear the mentality he's got. Starting to gain some sense of understanding of what the Empire is doing and maybe what his role should and could be. And this, again, talking about sacrifice. He's willing to do whatever it takes and give up his life to get out of that prison. And so good. Such a good episode. It's so fantastic. And harkens back. I mean, this will definitely go down, I think, as an iconic episode when you kind of think back. Been a lot of prison breaks and escapes throughout the Star Wars films. You think back, obviously, episode 4 with the Leia escape and the rescue there. Episode 2, they're on Geonosis. Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin when they got captured and escaped. Even the Solo movie, our favorite Star Wars film, when Solo and Chewbacca meet for the first time, and they, again, really small scene, but they escape out of there. So many great scenes and escapes throughout Star Wars, and this was definitely one of the best, but thoroughly entertaining episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you want to comment down below your overall thoughts, impressions of what you thought of this episode, what happens, 2 episodes to go. I have no clue what happens. I'm sure they're going to leave a cliffhanger from episode 12 leading into season 2, but what happens next? I don't know. Maybe we'll see some of the Anton Krieger team getting captured, or again, I've got to imagine we're going to see possibly Andor going back to Ferrix. Maybe, I don't know how it will play out, but definitely looking forward to it. So until next time, again, thank you guys for joining me for this reaction, but I will see you next time for episode 11.